The Weaver's Golden Thread. In a village nestled by a river that flowed like a silver ribbon, lived a weaver named Somilaka. His hands, though young, moved with the grace of a master, coaxing stories from threads of cotton and silk. His tapestries were the envy of the village, vibrant with life and color, yet they earned him little more than praise. A quiet restlessness stirred in Somilaka's heart, a desire for a destiny woven with threads of gold. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in hues of saffron and rose, Somilaka made a decision. He packed a small bundle with a few clothes and a roll of his finest weaving. With a last look at the familiar rooftops of his home, he set out on the road that wound its way towards the horizon. "I will weave my own fortune," he whispered to the wind, his voice filled with a mixture of hope and trepidation. The road led him to a city that pulsed with life, a chaotic symphony of sights and sounds. Here, his artistry found its true worth. Merchants, their robes as colorful as his tapestries, vied for his creations, their purses heavy with gold. Somilaka, for the first time, tasted the sweetness of wealth. He traded his simple cotton for fine silks and his humble meals for lavish feasts, believing he had finally mastered the art of destiny. But the threads of fortune are easily tangled. A merchant with a smile as smooth as polished jade and a heart as hard as stone lured Somilaka into a partnership. He spoke of caravans laden with silks and spices, of profits that would make kings envious. Somilaka, blinded by his ambition, saw only the golden future and not the web of deceit being woven around him. His fortune, so painstakingly earned, vanished like a morning mist. With nothing but the clothes on his back and the skill in his hands, Somilaka started again. He joined a caravan, his loom a small, portable frame that he set up each night by the campfire. He wove under the vast, star-strewn sky, his threads telling stories of his travels, of the mountains and deserts he crossed. His resilience, like the strongest of his threads, did not break. His second fortune was built not on the whims of merchants, but on the strength of his own labor. He became a trader himself, his caravans carrying his own magnificent creations to the farthest corners of the land. But fate, it seemed, was a weaver with a cruel sense of humor. A storm, a raging demon of wind and water, swallowed the ship that carried his entire fortune, leaving him once again with nothing. Defeated, Somilaka sought refuge in the quiet solitude of the mountains. He found a cave hidden behind a curtain of vines, where a sage sat in deep meditation, his face a mask of tranquility. Somilaka poured out his story, his voice a torrent of grief and frustration, his words echoing in the silent cave. The sage listened without interruption, his calm presence a soothing balm to Somilaka's wounded spirit. When the weaver had finished, the sage opened his eyes, their depths holding the wisdom of ages. "You have been so intent on the destination," he said, his voice as gentle as the rustling of leaves, "that you have forgotten the joy of the journey." "Your life is a tapestry," the sage continued. "Your actions are the threads. You have been chasing the golden threads of fortune, but a tapestry is not made of gold alone. It needs the humble cotton, the sturdy wool, the vibrant silk. True contentment is found not in the value of the threads, but in the beauty of the pattern you create." Somilaka returned to his village, his heart no longer heavy with the weight of his lost fortunes. He sat at his old loom, the familiar wood warm beneath his hands. He wove not of riches and fame, but of the simple beauty of his life. The laughter of children playing by the river, the warmth of the sun on his face, the quiet joy of creation. He never became a wealthy man, but in the intricate patterns of his life, he found a richness that no gold could buy.